I don't care about algorithms. I just like to show my dogs because they're so rad. Okay, there's a lot of the real swirling controversy going around the internet about a lot of concern. They're concerned that that us westernized countries have a lower birth rate. And so we're not replacing we're not having kids fast enough to replace our own. Is that what they're worried about? Like all right, I don't know. Okay. Why do any of you care? Why do you care? It's none of your damn business. Okay? It's really none of your business. All right, so think about this. Okay. I remember one time I was in line. I ran into this lady that I knew. I knew her relatively well. And so she's talking to me about some stuff that she's doing and some, side business she was doing. And then the lady next to us, while I was talking to her, she said, well, just as she said, well, hey, I'll give you a text, though. I'll give you a text. I said, yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, text me sometime. Then this lady immediately comes in and starts to butt in on our conversation. And she's like, oh, I do that too, and I do this too, and whatever. Yeah, I'd like to buy one of those from you. She goes into this long discussion how she's into the same interest she's in. So as soon as the lady I was talking to, that was now talking to this new lady that bumped into our conversation, leaves. And I'm like, well, that's pretty interesting. So what do you like about that? I didn't know you were into the same thing she's into. She didn't want to talk to me. And I'm not going to go in here and be talking about, I'm not going to be using certain words on here, but I'll just call them rooster blockers. Okay? I want to say the C word. It's a rooster blocker. Okay? Blocking that fighting chicken. Okay? So, all right. So anyway, I was telling them, so anyway, this happens all the time. And it seems like it happens more so in the modern age. And yeah, I know I'm like older. Okay, I know I'm not like, I'm not in my teens anymore. I'm not 19 years old, graduated high school anymore. I know I'm a little bit older. But man, it seems like ever since the year 2000, having that girl's friend or whatever just kind of butt in on the conversation is just really epidemic. And so you have a group now that's traditionally, the traditional conservatives, I guess they call them tradcons now. They're like kind of a scolding people who never had any families. And think about it. Think about this, Einstein. Think about this, okay? Think about this. You take a guy, okay? And what's a guy need to really start a family? Well, he needs a game. He needs a game to attract a woman. No, they need economic stability. Okay? The lady's not gonna come have kids with them. Well, okay. Gotta retract that statement in a certain way, because there are some women that have kids with guys that shouldn't have kids. But okay, listen. She's not gonna get with the guy unless he's got some sort of economic stability. Okay? He's gotta have a good job. He's gotta have a house. Okay, he has to have the nest so she can come lay her eggs and have the little birdies, hatch the little birdies. Right? Okay. People don't want to have kids because they're afraid they can't afford them. Okay? And so, the same conservatives that are basically, chiding people, who are unemployable, who can't get a better job, who can't can't move up and who does have no upward mobility, are basically criticizing the same people who I think shouldn't have kids because they have no upward mobility and they can't increase their earning potential for not having kids. The same people who chide people and hope that they don't get that good job. The same people that chide these guys and hope that they go wind up living under a bridge just because it makes them feel more superior, okay, are also chiding these guys because they're too afraid to do what basically equates to merging onto a freeway on a horse and buggy. Okay, they're going to get smashed. Okay, they chide them for not having kids, and they have no real economic ability to put an adequate roof over the woman's head. But the same conservatives that laugh at that guy because he couldn't get a better job, or he couldn't talk someone into hiring him at a better job, or laughing at him because he won't have kids. Well, I don't know. Some of it might be the woman's choice. Maybe she doesn't want to get with this guy because he can't provide that well. Huh? See what I'm saying here? Is this like a paradigm that's hard to understand? Okay, you got the trad cons on one side. Okay, the left don't care. The left just wants free crap for everybody. They don't care. Okay? But the trad cons want people to we want higher birth rate, have kids, gives us that, have kids. But then they're not going to have kids because no woman will date them because they don't have the six-figure job. Or at least let's at least say the 80K a year job. 60K maybe. Probably really, really comfortable. Do it comfortably, maybe 80K. So, are you freaking kidding me? So, I don't know. So, it's like, let me make a blog. Okay, let me make a video blog. All right, or a podcast, and I'm gonna make my living going on. And every holiday, I'll berate guys that retracted back into the concept of permanent childhood, where they just buy action figures and keep to themselves. And I'll basically, or I'll go after people who married couples that don't have kids, because maybe the locale that they live in won't permit them to comfortably raise kids due to the high rents and house payments. And I'll just basically blast them for not having the capacity to procreate or to reproduce. Okay, so I had this friend. Sometimes I don't know if he's a friend or not, but he used to tell me. He said, "Man, just go bust the NUT and some girl. You need a baby. You need to have a kid. You need a baby." Now I immediately knew that was some type of ploy. I thought it was a ploy to basically anchor me to my last job, because anybody knows if they have a kid to pay for, or better yet, they got child support to pay for, they're going to more likely stick at the job, and even though they already hate it, maybe they're like, I was there for health insurance and I already hated it, and I'm going to stick around probably longer if I had a kid, because I have to pay for the kid. And I personally thought it was a ploy. And real friends wouldn't suggest, their friends do something like that if they really cared for them. But it's, and I already knew, and I knew not to do that. Because I knew once I did that, my employer could probably more than likely do whatever they wanted. Because they had total control at that point. I couldn't really leave. I couldn't, I could go run around and spend all my off hours applying other jobs, but I probably couldn't get anywhere. And I'd just be stuck there, paying the child support. What would having a kid really benefit me? I couldn't give to my Roth IRA. I couldn't buy my stocks. And now I'm 1,000 times better off because I have, I have a very good retirement saved, and I'm saving it even more. And a wife and kids would just 100% derail that unless I had some cryptocurrency go to the moon and I was able to cash it in for my first $1 million. I couldn't do that. Not in good consciousness. And I know there's guys that they live in trailers and couch surf and stuff, and there's women that have their babies all the time. I don't see how they're able to do that. I don't see, but somehow maybe they see the bad boy image as confidence. And that's what people tell you. Oh, you just need confidence. You need confidence. No, I don't need confidence. Okay, I need like a relatively large size home. I need about maybe $80,000 a year. And that would get things kicked off no matter how ugly I was. That would get things started pretty well. And and because I know dang well that once she's got me, I'll probably lose about half of it a decade later. Just it is what it is. So we have all these things that kind of compound against men, these different factors. And it's like you got this group of people, this lone voice in the forest that are just kind of berating them because they're not making a foolish decision. And that how we need more people in the Western world. Well, who gives a crap about that? I'm not worried about the Western world. No way in hell I'm worried about the Western world. I'm worried about me. I'm worried about me. There's no more sense of duty. I'm worried about me. And what have I ever really had at stake? I'm doing better now, but for a long time, what I ever had at stake, all I did was just toed the line and paid taxes and I made a few knives, but really, what have I really had at stake? Other than maybe my car and my dogs and, my knife business. I don't know. It's not, I really don't have the motivation at this point to help others. And I don't have the motivation to bring others into this world and then help them. Just, it is what it is. But hey, if I could figure out how to set up a podcast berating men for not running out and potentially ruining their lives and futures by having children, sign me up. I'm more than willing to especially if it's over 120K a year. Sign me up. I'll be put a fake house backdrop behind me and maybe get a fake wife. She can go. Maybe we can make a couple appearances like we're really married, and go on, have. I think everybody should have kids. It's help to replace the Western population. Go do a couple Bible verses. Look. Okay, I'll tell you right now. Look, I'm more conservative than most of them. Okay, and I'm not even listening to that crap. Okay? So, don't worry about the haters. Just let the haters worry about you, huh? That's what I'm doing. I'm just staying in my lane and Merry Christmas. Okay? See you on the next one.